Okay, good evening. I'd like to call the City Council regular meeting to order of Wednesday, July 5th. And first, we'll have approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Bruce. Okay, next we have consideration of the minutes of 4 of our meetings.
I will move to approve the minutes listed on the agenda
So moved.
or seconded.
How about second?
Yes,
Okay.
sorry.
Roll call. Okay, here we go. We're not very good on Wednesdays. Okay,
Councilor Ogilvy,
Yes.
Council President McCarthy.
yes,
Councilor Hayes.
Yes.
Mayor Knopf.
yes. Okay, thank you. Next, we have public comment, and I would like to remind everyone to be respectful and kind and try to keep it under 3 minutes. And is there anyone in the audience that would like to make public comment? Deb?
Debate is online.
I wanted to get Debatia, PO Box 1426. I want to get your feedback on the signs for the fireworks signs. Because there's the small ones and then there's the large ones. And we had 4 stolen this time. So I don't know how that could happen, but they did. And so for visibility, the reason we did the big red ones was for visibility, and the smaller ones were done a couple years ago. And I noticed a lot of people weren't putting their signs out like normal, that bought them, you know, that. So I was just wondering what the feedback from everybody is about the signs, if they like big ones or small ones. So.
Okay,
we can probably talk about that when
Yeah,
Jason,
you can,
but when we
that'd
have,
be great.
have an item on the agenda.
Feedback with that. And going forward too, I don't know, as they start disappearing, you know, the small ones are a lot less expensive, of course, but the bigger ones, you know, they were 15, they were quite a bit more. So that's just something else that we have to talk about. And I think that's all I already told you everything else. Okay, people were really thankful that we don't have fireworks, and people are coming down here specifically for that. We just got, people came by and profusely thanking us at the whole market. Was unbelievable. So really nice.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comment in the audience? Okay, is there anyone online that would like to make a public comment?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Tabea Gosen, PO Box 19. Hold on here. Sorry about that. I was at Ecola Point yesterday for the 4th of July, and it was a beautiful beach day, the ultra low tides, and there was quite a few people out there climbing rocks. And I watched as 4 separate people told this group that it was illegal to climb the rocks, the cliffs, and they pretty much ignored those 4 different people. They also took an off-leash dog back into the nesting areas with them, and we heard this dog barking at the wildlife back there. Also at Ecola, there was quite a few off-leash dogs also barking and chasing wildlife. I know this is actually a parks issue because this is parks area, but there's not going to be a time where the parks people are able to support enforcement at this area. I did want to raise the issue. I do have a solution. It's longer than 3 minutes. But I did want to say that we have a lot of issues out there. It was really bad yesterday, and it was very disconcerting. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And if you, want to submit your document for us to review, that would be very nice. We
I will
appreciate it.
I will definitely submit something in writing.
Great. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, Thank you, public. And the first thing on the agenda is we have a proclamation 2309 declaring August 1st, 2023 as National Night Out in Cannon Beach. Jason,
Yes,
take it away.
so this will be our 8th National Night Out. It's something that's celebrated over all 50 states and US territories, and it's a great opportunity for communities to get together and not only meet each other and get to know each other, but see us on a different level. And we cook for you. So we'll have hamburgers and hot dogs, cake. And we moved it this year. I keep trying to get it in a good time slot for you guys with the council meeting right after, because I have to rush back as well. So it's starting at 4:30 this year and going till 7. So that should give you guys time to come and enjoy yourselves and then come to the council meeting. So please come see us. And that's really it. Another one that we've been looking into event coming up is called National Faith in Blue Weekend. And it's something that's been going on all over the US since COVID. And so we're looking into joining that as well. So just another opportunity to get out and about.
And did you say you're changing the location?
No, just change the time so that you guys can know. Still at the chamber. Oh, yeah.
Great. Would anyone like to make a motion?
You bet. I move to adopt proclamation 2309 declaring August 1st, 2023 as National Night Out Day in Cannon Beach.
Second.
Any further discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Counselor Hayes,
Yes.
Counselor Ogilvy,
Yes.
Council President McCarthy,
Yes,
Mayor Knopf.
Yes. And Jason, would you like to read
Sure.
the proclamation? Thank you.
Before the city of Cannon Beach, for the purpose of commending National Night Out for the relationships it has built in our communities and declaring August 1st, 2023 to be National Night Out Day in the city of Cannon Beach, proclamation number 2309. Whereas National Night Out is a unique crime and drug prevention event sponsored across the United States by the National Association of County Watch. And whereas National Night Out is an annual community building campaign that promotes police community partnerships and neighborhood camaraderie to make our neighborhoods safer, more caring places to live. And whereas National Night Out enhances the relationship between neighbors and law enforcement while bringing back a true sense of community. Furthermore, it provides a great opportunity to bring police and neighbors together under positive circumstances. And whereas this will be the 8th National Night Out celebration held in the city of Cannon Beach, organized by the Cannon Beach Police Department. Now be it resolved that the Common Council of the city of Cannon Beach hereby commends National Night Out for the relationships and partnerships it has built in our communities. Be it further resolved that the Cannon Beach City Council declares August 1st, 2023 National Night Out Day in the city of Cannon Beach. Passed by the Common Council of the city of Cannon Beach this 5th day of July, 2023 by the following roll call vote.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
Okay, so next on the agenda, we have the lease amendment between the city of Cannon Beach and the Cannon Beach Academy. And Bruce,
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The lease with the Cannon Beach Academy expires on July 3rd, 2023. Per the lease, the parties may choose to extend the agreement on such terms as may be agreed upon in writing and signed by the parties at the time of any such extension. The existing lease is for 3 years. The Academy requested that the new lease be for a period of 5 years, which would therefore expire in June of 2028. The Academy is in the process of renewing their charter with the school district. At the May 16th, 2023 meeting, the school district board of directors voted unanimously to approve the Cannon Beach Charter Agreement for 2023 to 2028. It was recognized that there could be a short delay in issuing the certification of the 5-year charter agreement with the district sponsor. This situation was anticipated in our negotiations, and their current charter amendment remains in place for 90 days beyond 7/3/23 to accommodate the minor editorial revisions. In order to match the terms of the charter and the lease, staff recommends a 90-day extension to match the charter extension to include a provision to automatically extend the lease for 5 years if the charter paperwork comes through during the 90-day lease extension. If it does come through during that time, it will be automatically renewed and extended until June 1st, 2028.
Any questions?
I move to approve amendment 1 to the lease agreement with the city of Cannon Beach and Cannon Beach Academy Charter School.
A second?
Any further discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Council President McCarthy,
Yes.
Counselor Hayes,
Yes.
Counselor Ogilvy,
Yes.
Mayor Knopf.
Yes,
Sorry.
that's okay. Thank you. Okay, next we have 4th of July overview. And before Jason gives his report, I would just like to say that I was the amount of volunteer hours that people in this community spent between the library, book sale, third watches and I mean, just all the time. I don't think anybody realizes how many hours.
And the parade.
And the parade, and I mean, all of the festivities that that's driven by a lot of volunteers, and we sure do appreciate the amount of time that our volunteers have spent to make those things happen.
And they're great attitudes while they're doing it.
Yeah, fun groups.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so take it away.
That probably went longer than the overview. There wasn't much that happened. We actually had a total of 5 fireworks related calls since going back to June 25th. And so that one on June 25th, we had talked about last meeting where the officers got called away to a more priority call. And other than that, and in fact, I think yesterday was the quietest of days. We didn't have anything last night. We did have some criminal cases of DUI and looting, but other than that, it was a quiet night for us, which we enjoy. And I know our neighboring areas were busy till late in the morning, but yeah, I think we have a great crew of volunteers that come out. We had 12 total. In fact, tonight's our last night, and we probably won't be out late that late tonight. But I just wanted to cover both sides of the holiday, and I think on the 3rd we had 10 out in different spots, and they all did a great job. It's fun. They did a lot more of watching the fires and their distance from the dunes and that type of thing than any type of firework. But the education was good, and we had a good partnership again with state parks. They came out for 3 of the nights and did a good job. Our department was down last night, which was helpful because they were able to deal with most of the fire related things that were coming out. So we're good.
That the fireworks that were, I don't know what day it was, maybe it was the June 25th. The fireworks that went off right by Haystack Rock, that
Yeah.
big boom that I think everybody heard.
Yeah.
What was that all about? Were you able to cite them at all?
No, that was the one that they got called away for the car that, or the child that was in the car by itself. The
Oh.
parents were passed out in the backseat. The car was
Oh.
rolling, and so
Oh, good God.
they were getting ready to cite the person. It was just a male that was standing there watching them go off as they pulled up, and they were ready to, and then they got called away for that. So that was unfortunate, but I guess he had learned his lessons because his wife came down as they're getting ready to citation. She was laying into him because she had told him not to, and he continued to. So he most likely got a heavier punishment than
He was cited just in a different way.
for life.
What would the
Yes. So
citation have been for that? How much?
that would have been 5,000. Yeah.
Okay.
So the other ones, one was right as they were clearing the beach. Night before last, they had said, "Oh, it's quiet, we're gonna head home." And then Ken came back on the radio and said, "No, fireworks just got set off." And they contacted an individual on the beach, and he said, "No, they almost hit me too. It was some kids, and I saw them running off after they did it." And that was down by Nate Coos. So I think we've had that every year. Just something that we'll have to deal with, try to do our best. But no, it really went well, and everybody had a good time.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thanks, Jason. And thanks to everybody that
Yeah.
made that happen. And it just shows that if enough people decide they want something and they want it bad enough, it can be happening.
Yeah. What is the situation with the signs now? I mean, what signs do we have and what signs do we need?
It works out really slick, because, we have the small white signs that go in the yards and the bigger red ones. We put at the beach approaches or the entrances into the town so that those are seen. But worked well with us renting those signs on the highway as well from ODOT. Those will be taken down, but that's always a nice addition. But the signage is good. I noticed, for some reason, last year or the year before, we put them up closer to the 4th, but I'd rather get them out as often
Yeah.
as we can to get the word out, because they weren't up when that first one happened on the 25th. So get them out probably a week beforehand just to warn people. And this year, I don't think we did the at least flyers to the different hotels or vacation rentals. And so next year we can do that again, just to make sure we're keeping up with it. But we had lots on social media and lots of word of mouth.
I'd say there's no question about the signs, and the big red signs were there in your face with $5,000 fine listed prominently. The smaller signs, it may just be a matter of incorporating something along the same design. So I think part of it was design, part of it was the size, but they were noticeable.
So we like the red ones.
I think so.
I think the smaller signs are harder to see, especially if you're driving. They're harder to read. You have to really look to see what they say, and you're trying to look at the road at the same time. So that's always been a difficulty for me for the smaller white signs.
Yeah, I can't read them from a distance.
Yeah, they're
That's why we did the.
way too small in terms of the, size is okay, I think, but the fonts and the whatever's going on, whatever the message is on that sign, is just too hard to read. Needs
They
to
may be
be-
handy for neighborhoods where
Yeah.
there are vacation rentals or something, and may alert some people who don't know. But if the design could mimic the big signs, I think we'd be.
For the small ones, like the big ones, makes, okay.
Yeah.
Now, is there a possibility to have that, does that go through, can we run that through Parks Committee? Because the big ones were like $750, and I don't mind paying what, unless I'm selling them or whatever, I don't make the money back. So I'm just wondering how we can fund that in the future. People last probably like 3 or 4 years, hopefully, because I have quite a few of them. But after that, we have to figure out, because,
Yeah, sure.
that gets expensive.
How are the big ones funded this year?
They were from last year.
Okay,
I bought them last year,
okay.
and they were $750 for 50
That's
of
a
them.
lot of money.
But they're getting stolen. So that's what, plus we need to really take care of them wherever they're stored, and we have been storing them. And so they need to be taken care of so they don't get warped and so forth. So like I'm neurotic about that. So I want to make them last as we can, if we take care of them, they can last a long time.
And did volunteers put them up at the beach accesses then?
Pardon?
Was it all volunteers putting them up at the beach accesses?
Sinclair and I, and her grandson who's just, yeah. So I drive that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
I think.
And it would be nice if we could figure out a way to fund that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I don't mind, but it was a big chunk.
it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have one individual be paying for signs for the whole city.
Yeah.
Can cover those.
So maybe, can you work on kind of an agreement with,
Okay.
And in terms of storage also.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't mind storing them at our house.
Okay.
I mean, we know that they'll be taken care, but Lynn wants to store them in her garage, so. We'll work, her and I will work that out.
We'll work with folks.
Okay, great. Sure. Okay. Anything else on the report?
I will, on the record, say, we had the public comment that Tavea made, and it was bad at Acola Point. Not fireworks, but crowds and people really in the bird nesting areas and with dogs, and I don't know. I'm anxious to see what kind of idea she's got for that, but I mean, it takes 40 minutes to get down there. And then the people that were out in that area were way out. It would have been someone else kind of risking their own life and doing damage to get out there and ask them to leave. So I don't know whether state parks, Fish and Wildlife, signage, I think, but I'll be interested to hear what Tabea says, but it was not good.
Signage would really help, you know.
So it looks like that will probably be an agenda item at another meeting after we get her response.
Yeah.
Discuss it
Birds
further.
declining,
Thanks, Deb.
puffins are declining.
Thank you. Okay, anything else on the fourth? Okay, thanks to everyone for all of their efforts. So next, we have the monthly status report. Any questions on that? No? Okay, I have no mayor communications. Anybody have any counselor communications? Do we want to go over our schedule of meetings or just guys got those all?
Want to cry?
Just come to city hall at 6 or
Yeah, just every night
But
next month.
thank you, Jen, for
yeah.
Yes.
for all of the reminders of go out and double check the calendar, and I think I'm on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that list that we sent out on Friday, the only one that we confirmed, that wasn't, I guess that was Monday, wasn't it?
It just seemed like Friday.
It seemed like Friday. The last one was that community outreach event, which is definitely confirmed. I sent that out today. So this month, including this meeting, we'll have 8.
Only 8?
So far.
We have 9 or 10.
There is, one of those 8 is one that's just on hold in case we need it. I believe it's the 18th. So that one we'll just kind of see. And then one of the other ones we had on hold, we reposted for another item that was the vacation. So it'll be a busy month.
Okay. Anybody have anything for good of the order? Yes.
Yeah, just want to let folks know that regarding Canyon Beach Elementary, the people that are going to be doing the archaeological work will be starting tomorrow.
Oh.
And will be here through the month.
Will we get a report after that about what's there?
I don't know because they really don't want to publish what they find.
And is this OSU
Or Portland State.
from the state?
Yeah.
And is Doug Dewar involved?
Yes. Doug Dewar, Doug Wilson, bunch of Dougs. And also the Lewis and Clark, and I think that the
National Park Service.
National Park Service are also involved.
Nice.
So things are still moving
How many days?
through the month, but they're working at multiple locations.
All ground penetrating radar work, or,
You know, a lot of it is excavation.
oh, it is?
Hand digging, yeah.
Yeah.
Hand digging. Okay, good. That's been a concern
Yeah.
that people have asked me about, and I,
Yeah.
you know, I reassure them if Doug Durr is involved in it, that it's going to be done
Oh, yeah.
properly.
Yeah. And again, Doug Wilson and I've got Katrina
Katie.
or Katie, some,
Ryan,
yeah. And they're all doing training as a result of this too.
That's good.
And then we will be sealing the areas.
Anything else?
I just needed to let everyone know I will be out of town from the August 28th through September 1st. So far, we don't have any meetings scheduled.
We all have that caveat.
They ain't over yet.
I know.
Okay, if there's no other business. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.